For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jeff Rogers. I'm a longtime naturalist and outdoor leader. This presentation is for TJC1, Elements of Effective Communication, but the implications reach far beyond this class. According to a 2012 Center for Disease Control study, 6.4 million U.S. school-age children had received an ADHD diagnosis by a healthcare provider by 2011. That's 1 in 11 high school girls and 1 in 5 high school boys that have been diagnosed. The odds are extremely high that several of you have or will have kids that are part of that statistic. For parents of children with ADD, finding ways to help them adapt requires constant effort and generally includes regular doctor visits and heavy medication. I'm confident that when we became parents, none of us wanted our children to spend most of their days at a doctor's office or thinking about whether they had taken their pills. Thankfully, studies have shown there is a complementary solution that has shown to reduce symptoms and improve impulse control, and it's easy as walking out your front door. I'd like to talk to you a bit about how exposing your children to outdoor and nature experiences can affect ADD and ADHD. Exposure to nature experiences has been shown to reduce mental fatigue and improve focus in children. It's also been proven to specifically decrease symptoms in children with ADD and ADHD. So let's focus for a minute on how exposure to nature experiences reduces mental fatigue and improves focus in children. We all remember that class in school that was just brutal. The more the teacher focused on the lesson, the harder it was to concentrate. We ended up staring at the clock, counting the seconds until the bell rung. Well, I have some good news for you. It wasn't your fault. Well, I suspect that most of us knew it instinctively. A 1995 Kaplan study definitively showed that prolonged mental effort leads to directed attention fatigue, causing inability to focus and impulsive behavior for everyone, not just kids with ADD and ADHD. In 2013, Kanninger showed that exposure to nature, even indirectly, reduces mental fatigue and improves cognitive function. Even something as simple as viewing nature through a window showed improvements in psychological well-being and even suggested an improvement in physical health. The more the participants were engaged in natural elements, the greater the effect. But, according to studies, that's no surprise. 13 years earlier, in 2000, a Wells study showed that an increase in natural elements around the home improved cognitive function in children. It tested low-income children on attention, organization, impulsivity, before and after a move to a home with a more natural environment. The results showed dramatic improvement only 1 year after the move. What could this mean for the future of high-risk kids like these? Let's take a look at how big changes can be made in simple ways. According to a Dutch study by Vandenberg in 2011, the introduction of plants to the classroom improved concentration and decreased feelings of tiredness by up to 10%. In many cases, the introduction of natural light gave similar or better results. Overall, though, it was the plants that gave the best improvement, specifically with concentration. So let's talk about how exposure to nature experiences affects children with ADD and ADHD. In a 2008 study by Taylor, kids with ADD and ADHD were taken for a simple walk in the park. On the standard ADHD rating system, results were significantly higher than those children that had no walk. Results showed a decrease in symptoms that was comparable to the most commonly prescribed ADHD drug. Think about that. Nature as medication. No cost, no side effects, no long-term implications. Just kids getting better. In 2004, when Kuo compared activities in indoor structures to the same activities in outdoor structures, the outdoors significantly reduced the instances of ADD and ADHD symptoms in both individual and group settings, and reduced the severity of symptoms when they do occur, just by doing the same things they were already doing, but outside. The studies are numerous, but they only show what we already instinctively know. Our children with ADD and ADHD should be exposed to more outdoor and nature experiences. Nature experiences reduce mental fatigue and improve focus in all children. In kids with ADD and ADHD, it's even more important because it not only reduces the severity of the symptoms, it also reduces the frequency. John Burroughs said, "I go to nature to be soothed and healed and to have my senses put in order." In the chaos of everyday life, don't we owe it to our children to give them a little peace? Especially for our ADD and ADHD kids that need it most. Thank you for your time.